In China, it's biggest first, loudest first. You wrestle your way through.
Yen is so weak right now, right? What stuff do you find it expensive?
Everything's cheap.
You never found anything expensive.
Oh, really?
Never.
Everything has been more affordable. Kind of nice, public transport's cheap. Admission tickets here
Yeah.
compared to other attractions. Like I was in China, everything there way more expensive.
No
than
way,
attractions.
really? Oh,
Yeah,
really?
if I want to go in a museum there or a park, it would have been maybe 2,500 yen. And here, 600 to get in.
Exactly. Is it for like a tourist places in China, or like everyone has the same price?
It's mostly the tourist areas.
They
Always.
change the price. Alright.
They do that, but hey, it's better here.
Sure. You found Japan better than China?
So far, it's very different.
Oh, I want to know the
Very
difference. How different?
I feel like it's very different styles.
Style.
Yeah, here in Japan, I feel like it's a lot of like well taken care of gardens, restored buildings.
Yeah.
In China, I feel like they're more on the newer side. Like for
Newer.
example, I was in Xi'an, over the Great City Walls they have there, and they had their light shows for the New Year.
Okay.
I feel like that's something where they're trying to innovate. They're trying to, incorporate their old history and culture, as well as the new lights. And I find it very cool. But Japan, just being able to go out and they perfectly maintain the garden,
Yeah.
with like Japanese style, it's entirely different.
Oh, okay.
It's hard to compare.
Exactly. Okay. So Japan trying to keep the culture going still as it is, but China they trying to change in a good way.
Yeah, I think so.
That is the difference. Okay. What about like a life in China and life in Japan?
I think life in Japan is way more relaxing. I mean, just the number one thing I think of is China and honking. People drive like crazy. They're insane. All the time.
All the time.
All the time. They drive mopeds on the sidewalks. They ignore red lights when they're turning something.
No.
Dude, the mopeds will go on the road,
Uh-huh.
and then they go up on the sidewalk to skip the red light and they just cross.
What?
And then they just slam their honk the horn to get past you.
Oh my god, that is crazy.
Imagine someone doing that here in Japan.
Oh my god, everyone hates him. For real, for real. If
It would
someone
be
did
over.
it.
You're dead.
Exactly. Be on the social media and dead. China, so different. What about food, price, like everything?
I feel like food in China is also cheap. It's cheaper.
Cheaper than here. Okay.
Yeah, but I feel like in China, a lot of the food was like maybe just from where I went. I didn't really explore that much food options.
Okay.
But it all felt kind of the same. They used a lot of the same like spices, a lot of the same peppers and stuff. And here in Japan, it's like I said with the portions before, it's variety.
Right.
There's a lot of different things. I like that.
What about taste? Like everything is the same in China. Like they use the same ingredient, makes the taste same.
I mean,
or
a lot of
whatever.
the things are the same. I feel like between the areas, but there are like local specialities like crab and stuff
Oh yeah.
that can be pretty good as well. But it very much depends on if you're going out of your way to go and look for something, or if you're just staying on the main tourist streets, because then you're just gonna get the same thing everywhere.
Sure.
But if you go out of your way, you look for a little Chinese restaurant with no English on it, go in with a translation app and you just try to figure it out. Taking pictures of the menu is like, what is this? I don't know. Sounds good. Let's go. And you get the best stuff.
Damn, really? What about when it comes to like English efficiency?
In China, zero. Nothing.
Zero?
It's all just
No
above.
English at all. Only Chinese.
Yeah, no. You'd have to have a translation app.
Really?
The subway, like the public transport,
Yeah.
on the subway only. Buses, give up.
No way.
They only speak Chinese. But on the subway, it was really, really good. Because there they had signs in English. You download Alipay, you can go everywhere.
Okay.
Here in Japan, you can pay with card often. With a lot of the major areas I'm into, just touch card and go.
Right.
Also pretty easy. And in Japan, I feel like you communicate a little bit with people in English.
Right.
In China,
No way.
you just couldn't.
Really?
You really couldn't. It was impossible.
Oh my god. Really? That is crazy. Like, so sad. That's a real China.
But if you have a translation app, you can do it.
They're fine. They're fine. Like, no one speaks English at all.
Like some people could speak a couple of words,
Yeah.
but you couldn't get a sentences over to them because they wouldn't understand.
Oh,
There's always some people that understand, and the majority doesn't.
really?
So, but I feel like it's kind of the same in Japan. The
True,
majority of people here do not speak fluent English, but they will also understand a lot more and try to communicate more.
Right.
But
Oh, so that is a difference between Chinese and Japanese people. Wow. Okay. Well, that's kind of mind blowing to me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought like China is way better, like when it comes to English. Because like a lot of people complain about how less English Japanese use.
I mean, I feel like a lot of Japanese people don't use English if they don't have to. They try to avoid it as much as possible. So, for example, checking in at a hotel, a lot of the staff, they have no idea about English.
Oh, yeah?
Like other staff at many hotels I've checked into, they don't know.
Sure.
And they don't try to say even a word in English. They'll just speak in Japanese and kind of hope you understand. They kind of steamroll it. In China, they tried speaking more English because they know that no one understands a thing they're saying. You know, it's a language barrier.
Right.
In both countries.
Right.
It's not easy either way.
When it comes to English, do you find any differences? Let's say in Japan, people get this English, but not in China.
So I think in Japan, people can understand more like basic things that they've heard. You know, a lot of the Japanese language that young people use nowadays, it's a lot of English borrowed words. Right. So it's a bit easier to communicate. In China, I didn't hear of any of that. It's all Chinese. Even the young people. I was walking around one evening and the trains had stopped running. So I had to walk.
Yeah.
And I decided I have nothing better to do. So I just followed all the young people out on a Saturday evening. And I was just like, I'll just follow them. Where are they going? And I walked around the streets and it was just Chinese young people everywhere. I didn't hear a word of English. There was no one except Chinese people there. I think I must have been the only foreigner within like 2 kilometers.
Oh my God.
I could barely communicate to even get my noodles.
Yeah. So, even to get a noodle.
I had to take a picture of the menu and show them the menu. I was like, I want this. Otherwise, it's impossible.
Really? Did they try to help you?
I feel like a lot of them did.
Okay, cool.
Because, you know, I kind of came in with the expectation. Because I've been told as well that, you know, they're just trying to scam you because you're a tourist.
Oh, yeah,
you know?
I heard it a lot.
Yeah. But I didn't, like, feel any of that.
Okay.
Of course, there's some shady characters. There's always some, like, when you landed at the airport in Shanghai.
Right.
There's these people trying to offer you, like, a cheap Uber ride. Let's just say he came up to us, talked for about 20 seconds. Then the guards from the airport came and kicked him out of the airport. So I don't really know how they even get in there if they're going to get kicked out.
Yeah.
It's a bit shady.
Yeah.
So you can't trust everybody.
Exactly. Where have you been in China?
I went to Shanghai,
Okay.
I went to Xi'an, and I went to Beijing.
So
you know,
more
3
popular.
major.
Yeah. But no English, even in a big city.
People didn't know English. Like, that's just the thing.
Really? Even in a big city though?
Yeah, I mean, most people just don't know. There's like some hotel staff knew a bit. They could help you check in. But for example, when I wanted to get laundry done, I couldn't communicate with the hotel staff. I just did the, you know, translation app and try to get them to understand what I was saying. Translation apps don't work that well for Chinese and Japanese both. A lot of it doesn't really get across.
Exactly.
So, you know, you can say, I want to know where the coin laundry is at here. Maybe it'll get translated to coin detergent laundry where. You know, and it's just, it's weird.
Right.
And then they try to understand it, say it back. And
yeah, I can tell. It's so tough.
But people try to help.
Okay,
in
cool.
both Japan and China.
At least they try to help. What was the major differences between Chinese and Japan?
It's like I was in before. I think Japan is way more relaxed, down to earth, more calm. People have more of a respectful culture here. In China, it's biggest first, loudest first. You wrestle your way through. Like, you want a seat on this bus, you push past 5 people and you take that seat.
Really?
Thing.
Wow.
In Japan, wait in line.
Yeah, exactly.
You don't move. Even if there's space to go past, wait. Relax.
Yeah, right?
In China, no.
That first person gonna take it.
Yeah. And if you don't, you know, wrestle for that spot, or you're not loud enough, you ain't getting anything.
So everything's kind of competition in China. That is a huge difference.
I haven't seen that either.
Yeah.
Wow. If there's anyone doing that here, it's the foreigners.
Exactly.
So
for sure. Anything you wanna say?
I like the castle. I've been to lots of temples and shrines, multiple castles as well now. I like the architectural style.
Nice. Anyway, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Pleasure meeting you.
Yeah, nice meeting you.